Yo, friends. How's it going, everybody? Well, thank you all for tuning in and watching that little music video that we got there. We're a bunch of idiots. Which one of you is playing this so loud that I can hear myself echoing in the background? I bet it's Greg.
Yeah.
Mine is on mute.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should just all mute ours.
Oh, yeah. See, oh, you know, it is Greg because it's not Greg because I heard him yelling at me and calling me an idiot. Anyway. Hello, everyone. We are Allegaeon. I'm Riley. Next to me is old Jeff Saltzman, Greg Burgess, Michael Stancil,
Hello.
and Brandon Michael, a.k.a. Boo Boo Money. We're stoked to be releasing this music, aren't we, guys? Aren't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
I
That's
guess.
right.
We are.
That's right.
Very
That's
excited.
right.
Sure.
So this is a Q&A. If you just caught the last 5 seconds, Media Genius Podcast, don't worry. We're going to play the video again at the end of our little Q&A session, except the second time through we'll have commentary, tell you guys a little bit about what it was like filming the video, a little bit of insights. We'll tell you where the special effects sparks get thrown on the floor if you missed that the first time around. Yeah. But yeah, so in the meantime, give us those questions. Until we get questions, I'm just gonna sing Irish folk songs.
You already got a question.
When Irish, when's the new record gonna be out? So we
Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Please ask more questions.
New Greg.
New Greg. When is New Greg coming? When is New Greg coming?
New album is getting announced tomorrow. I know that it's already kind of out, cat's out of the bag in Europe. No, not Europe, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But for all of us that are stateside, I don't want to spill the beans too hard. So yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. Not new album, but new album release coming out
The whole
tomorrow.
album is dropping tomorrow.
All that
when
good
you guys
stuff.
leak it.
Pre-orders are going to be dropping tomorrow, as long as the album art, the album name, the cool merch packages. Yeah. Anyway, that is because it is already tomorrow in Australia. Gnarly Bob official. I wonder if Gnarly Bob is actually Granola Bob and he's just abandoned his old persona. Not a question just yet, just a compliment on all you guys' backgrounds. Yeah, dude, I'm rocking the Duck Dynasty
Hometown?
Warriors.
Dude, I don't think anybody can see your full sign though.
Duck
Yeah.
Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, you got it. You got to.
Calm down.
Wait a second. This is the first time that anybody has been like introduced to Jeff publicly, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We should
hello.
make a thing out
I'm
of that.
Jeff. Hi,
So-
what's up?
Yeah, that's why he's top
Tell
middle.
us about yourself, Jeffrey.
He's the new star.
I'm just a boy with a big dream.
Well,
This lasted really quick. He's never allowed to do this ever
Yeah.
again.
My name is Jeff. I'm an alcoholic. No, wait, shit, not that one. Wrong meeting. That's the next one. Oh shit, I keep doing that. Doing that in all my classes too.
Well, while Jeff's learning how to do interviews, who has the best mustache and why is it Stancil? That's question answers itself.
Yeah.
Michael's
There's
stash
someone
is pretty
else
good.
Look at his hair.
I think that
Hmm?
Michael's always had the best hair in this band. Like that's not
Oh wait,
it's
if
not
I turn
debatable. No.
If I turn off the Black Lodge, I have a mullet again, so that's fine.
Oh, do you have a mullet again?
Do you?
Yeah.
Is
No.
it? Are you gonna bleach it again? Oh yeah, girl.
Ah, secret mullet.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Tails.
Vinyl ask Masky Mask. Masky Mask,
Michael,
yes.
Stop.
And ADZ 121. Yes, vinyl. We are definitely getting that vinyl. It's gonna be part of the pre-order packages. Just keep your eyes peeled tomorrow. It's gonna be all out there.
What does that even mean? Like, real quick, eyes peeled. Like, where did that even come from?
Well, so everybody knows
such
that
a stupid phrase.
that
keep your eyes peeled.
your eyelids are the husks for your eyes.
Here we go.
Like if your eyes were corn, every time you opened them,
But they're
it's
not,
like
they're eyes.
you're peeling back the husk,
Stupid.
and it's being like "Oonda, oo, rat, da, da, oonda, oo, ra." So
I gotta go.
it makes sense. You gotta peel your eyes to open them every morning. It probably, I bet it came from the first person who ever had pink eye. It was like, oh, this guy's got pink eye,
That's
he
not
needs
what
to keep his
happens when
eyes
you have
peeled.
pink eye.
bro.
Yeah,
Have you ever had pink eye?
Have you not had pink eye before?
No.
Because you definitely have to peel your eyes when you have pink eye, for sure.
What does
for
that
sure.
even mean?
They get all crusty and gross. You have to peel
Oh,
them.
well, yeah, you have to do this thing, the Jeepers Peepers. Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's technically peeling, right?
Yeah, you're
But
peeling
does
your
anybody
eyes.
actually do that when they're looking for new information on like the internet? Like,
I do. That's the only way I look.
Allegion's got a new album coming out. Nobody does that. It's stupid.
I hate you. This must be what the song's lyrics are about. Yeah, Vicky nailed it. Yeah, Boo Boo, you're not allowed to ask questions in your own QA. Thank you.
Why not?
Caiaphas, for
Pio, are we getting a world tour announcement anytime soon? Asking for a Brazilian friend, and I think that's hilarious.
I love that. I love that. You know, maybe sometime. So is the album to be released before the European tour with Archspire? So the European tour with Archspire, if you didn't see it yet, got postponed to next year.
So yes.
So yes, it is definitely coming out before next November. That is for sure. What else do we have in here? What's in this questions? You guys are both on BC Rich. That's sort of a statement and a question. I can see Greg playing the BC Rich. What guitar was Stancil playing in the video? What kind of BC Rich were you playing, Stancil?
What is that? It's a Shredzilla 8 that's been that has a custom paint on it. Done by what's Casey's last name? Either way, done by Casey at BC Rich
Crabtree.
Custom Shop. Crabtree? That's
Crabtree.
Casey Crabtree. How could you forget that? That's such a rock star name.
He is a rock star.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know your name.
That's true. I don't know my name either.
Yeah. So that's what that is, and it plays great.
Jeff.
No.
Jeff, specific question. How much of your playing style from Averst were you able to transfer into the new Allegion? Killer work. It's a question and a compliment.
Jeff definitely wrote that question.
Thank you.
himself. But go
Yeah.
ahead.
Wow, so far too kind, Jeff. I would say I don't have a specific style I use for a verse. I kind of just use my own style and I force it into everything that I do.
Yeah.
So I would say that I took the style I put into a verse and just also put it into Allegion.
Nice.
And I mostly wasn't rejected when I brought those ideas in. So I would say it was a pretty easy fit.
That is true. The only ideas of yours that got rejected every time were your stupid vocal ideas. So was it a tough process finding a new drummer? I think this is a good conversation that we could have. No, it wasn't. I had already known Jeff because Jeff filled in for my other band Continuum back in that was like October of 2019. Boo-boo.
October, September 2019.
Boo-boo, what are you doing? Why is your camera off? Don't do this. Don't do this to me. Be a professional. Anyway.
He did.
He did. So
he quit. He just quit.
Yeah, he just quit the band. We need a new bassist now, so this is the beginning of this process. No, I had known Jeff from my other band, Continuum.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Yeah, and he was he killed it on that tour. Continuum, for those of you who don't know, which is probably all of you, is like super technical, like really crazy music, and he learned it all super quick. Just destroyed playing it live. And he's a good little fella. So when we had the chance to, start recruiting drummers and taking tryouts, I immediately threw his name in the hat, and I won. So there we go.
Well,
I think we
I
all
won,
won.
actually.
Yeah, no, we all won. Jeff's great, but yeah, it wasn't that hard of a process. We definitely had some stuff already lined up as far as drummers ready
It should
to
be said
go.
too that we had some other,
I was supposed to
really awesome
fill in
players.
for that.
We
It
did.
made the decision. It was like a tough decision, but an easy decision.
It was a long decision for sure. Like, it was not the kind of thing where it's like Jeff submitted his tryout and we were just like, yep, that's the guy, let's do it, sign it off. Like, we had a lot of other people. It came down to like a final 3, and it felt like an episode of The Bachelor, except one that lasted for like 6 months, because we were just like, you get a rose, Jeff. Like, yeah.
Yeah, you were supposed to do the terrestrial takeover tour.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which is almost 2 years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Ah!
Like a year and 8 months.
Yeah.
And I didn't really know anyone at that point except for Riley, so that was sort of like gonna be my audition, I guess.
Yeah.
The
that
first
never
time we
really
met
happened,
Jeff
but
was
I
actually
remember,
tracking the record.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my first time meeting Jeff. I think maybe somebody saw him at a show or something.
yeah.
No.
Oh yeah.
I had some, yeah, as far as like how long it took, I submitted that. I recently re-listened to my audition track, and holy shit, it was bad. Like, I cannot believe you heard that and you were like, yeah, I think he's the one.
You know what? That same thing
I
happened
heard
to me.
that. I would have been like,
Same
nope.
thing happened to me too. I thought
Yeah.
my audition was trash.
The exact same thing happened to me. In fact, Greg told me, he was like, your audition was probably the worst one that we got, but I like your vocals the best on Son of Aurelius, so you got the job. And I was like, well, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
You could tell he's like, I don't give a fuck. You're not just giving this job.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you do it responsibly.
Question. This is a good question from Box O Rocks. How has your creative process developed for this new album, and what innovations are you bringing to the table this time around? I'm going to answer the back half of that one. I think that the back half of that question is very, like, almost impossible to answer, because I don't think that we go into it being like, how are we going to innovate this genre? Like, I think that it's just stuff that kind of comes up while we're working together, and if people end up viewing it as innovative or not or whatever, like, that kind of falls on the listener. So I don't think that, when we went into it, we were like, yeah, like, let's be innovative and, push the needle forward and all that kind of stuff. But as far as the creative process developing, who wants to take that one?
Firstly, this is the first record, to my knowledge, that was written like collaboratively, which, for those who don't know, at least the kind of formula in the band has been, one guitar player brings one set of songs, somebody else brings another set of songs, and then we kind of just operate very independently, because we all live in different areas. As you can tell, I live in San Francisco. Michael lives in,
I live in
weird vaporwave
Funtown.
town. And Greg lives in Cartoon Network. So but this time around we decided to do the whole like process of, renting a place or staying in a place together. We spent some time writing it together. We all brought different ideas to the table, but everybody kind of put their stuff in a pot, and then we all kind of just put our input into where we were all, feeling with it. And it was definitely like, I love the experience, but I know that anytime, you put songs out there and they're released to the wolves, as they say, that there can be some, differences, but ultimately I think it was made for the best, the best product, at least in my opinion. But
I think that's
we
a fair assessment.
We definitely pissed each other off a lot, but I think it was very helpful.
Yeah.
And it worked in our favor to do so. I mean, I am really involved in the writing process in my other band, Embers, and I felt like I wanted to do the same thing once I came into this project. And I don't know how normal that was, but like, I made my opinion known about everything, and that sometimes led to conflict, but usually led to some type of resolution and like just bringing the whole thing forward and like at least making us closer as people, if not as musicians.
Yeah, I think it did both. Also, Hoodington, I just poured sake into a Rockstar lemonade can because I don't have any cups near me, and I'm a fucking wild animal. So, party, dude. Rockstar life. Cheers.
Do you just
anyway, sorry.
mix sake and Rockstar?
No, dude, the Rockstar can was empty. I'm not a dog.
Jesus Christ.
that's the guy who just poured sake into an empty Rockstar can. Okay.
Well, I might be a dog, but I'm a cute one. I'm like a German Shepherd.
Yeah, you're like a purebred.
Yeah.
KC.
Yeah, cheers guys. I don't know if
Cheers,
any
homies.
Yeah, cheers.
Mine doesn't come through the Cumtown.
Yeah, mine
I'm
doesn't.
drinking really
mine doesn't,
pretentious New England IPA.
There we go.
I love how Greg is just transformed into just drinking protein shakes.
So yeah. Dude, Greg's jacked, man. Greg's got the
He
guns.
is, dude.
Greg's got the
I
guns.
have to keep up with you young fucks.
Yeah, dude.
Us
All
young
this.
fucks, is that what you said?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
yeah. Look at that, bro. Look at that gun show. You gotta really keep up. God. Yep. All right, let's find some more questions here.
There was that. What was it like working with Dave Otero? Worst experience.
Terrible. Would never do it
Never
again.
again.
Yeah. And I say this every time we work with him, but this time I mean it. This time I mean it. No, working with Dave's always great. It's always he's like a sixth member of the band. You know, he's always there for creative input and always I don't know. Like Dave's just always super on top of it with like, hey,
Always bald.
Yeah, always bald, always back of his head. He doesn't actually have a front of his head. It's just two head backs that just rotate on his shoulders. Yeah, no, Dave's great. What are your favorite Halloween candies? Jeff, go.
Reese's Cups, obviously.
All right, that's it.
And,
You only no,
it's not
shut
my
up. You only
favorite.
get one. You only get one. Shut up, Michael.
Starburst. I'll fuck up that shit all day.
Greg.
I'll just eat chocolate. Hershey's chocolate. There you go.
Chocolate. I like candy.
Milk. Like.
Because that's worse. That's like straight to the Tums, dude.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh.
That's
This
fair.
this is straight to the Tums via back roads.
All right, Boo
How
Boo.
does
Boo Boo.
Chocolate milk give you?
Favorite candy.
Oh,
Halloween candy.
Payday. Easy. Payday.
Paydays or Halloween candies?
Anything that's
Paydays?
mini is Halloween candy.
No, I guess that's true.
I mean, Greg said chocolate. I mean, come on. Are you really giving me a hard time?
That's like a 1946 candy.
Yeah, Abbas. That's
I
my
was not
favorite. That's fucking.
Born in the baby generation.
Oh my god. Andrew from Inferi is with us right now. Everybody say hi to Andrew. He wants to know if you guys could get away with murdering one bandmate, who would you pick? It's obviously me. I think this band, everyone in
It's
this band would
obviously
be
you,
like, yeah, dude, for sure, kill Riley. You know,
I don't have an answer. Nah.
It's
I don't.
me.
Like no one has ever pissed me off.
it would
personally
be
to the point
it would
where-
be Andrew. It would be Andrew. I'd fire Boo
It would
Boo.
be Andrew.
I'd hire Andrew, and then I'd kill him, and then rehire Boo Boo. And that's the move.
Hey.
Yeah. If you were to name a pet lizard, what would you name it? That's so easy. Masky Mask 666. Fucking Lizzie McGuire. Duh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my answer too.
Yeah, easy. Don't even have to think about it. Would you rather be attacked by a bear, a shark, or an alligator? I feel like there's some details to this question
No,
that
it's
we
a
should.
bear shark.
No,
Yeah,
no.
it's like there's no comma.
There's no.
comma. Bear shark.
Sexy hairy shark.
Bear
dude.
shark or alligator?
Sexy hairy shark.
I'm gonna go with alligator because I don't know what the fuck a bear shark is gonna do.
I would also go with alligator because I think it would be the easiest one to wrestle. I think if a shark bit me, I'd be fucked, and if a bear was chasing me, like it wouldn't even have to bite me; it would just run into me with like its weight and force, and I'd be dead. So yeah, yeah, definitely.
Would I be in the water at the same time though?
Yeah. Okay. So I think the rules are if you are. If it's the shark, you're in the water, but you're close enough to shore to be able to swim back in like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. If it's the alligator, you're in a swamp up to your knees, but same distance from the shore. And if it's a bear, the terrorist. So that's Greg. That's Greg's cat, the terrorist. That's Greg's cat. That's
Complete disregard for Greg's personal space.
But then the bear, I think it's a younger bear. It's not like a full size grizzly. Like it's not a black bear because they're like docile. Like you could yell at a black bear and they'd leave you alone. But like, yeah, I think it's like a younger
I'd like to
bear.
weigh in on this.
Yes.
I think shark, and I think shark because I feel like a bear would be terrifying, and you would be in that weird limbo of like kind of having a chance but not really having a chance. And then I feel like with an alligator it's the same thing. It's like you'd be rolling around and probably like drowning and then also getting eaten. And then with a shark I think it's like pure shock. I think like you would get bit and you would just be like, oh, what's happening? Oh, now I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I've seen The Revenant. I know that a bear attack would be terrible.
We all read that book Hatchet in elementary school or whatever it was called.
So Greg dodged the last two questions. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
he did. you know, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I think that someone, Masky Mask, also brought another good one to the table. What other member of the band do you think you could beat in a fist fight? No problem, Jeff. Easy.
Michael has already beaten Jeff in a fist
Yeah,
fight.
I can't argue with that. I think I would lose in a fight to everyone in this band. I don't even feel that bad about that.
What Greek sauce wants to know what flavor jelly goes on a PB&J? Strawberry 100% of the time.
Hot dog.
Grape.
Yeah, I knew you were. I fucking knew you were gonna be a grape jelly guy. Like,
Sorry.
C Vonel. We're just like rapid fire right now.
Hot dog though, that's the real answer.
Hot dog is not a jelly. So favorite Neo song, Devour Me Colossus for sure. It's probably my favorite one. Yeah.
Intravenous.
I'm more of like an Enter Sandman kind of guy.
Oh yeah, Master of Puppets, favorite Neo song. So I'm gonna scroll up here a little bit, find some good one. Let's see. Orangutans or chickens? There's no context for that. It's like just the two words, like a choice.
No. Okay, so this is actually a debate going on right now. Okay, I want to break this down for you. If you every single time you were to get into your car for the rest of your life had to fight 100 chickens or a single orangutan with a sword.
Wait.
What are you choosing?
You have the sword?
You both have swords.
Chickens don't have hands. Easy.
Dude, the chickens.
No, but you don't have a sword against the chickens.
Yeah, but the chickens would be time consuming. Dude, an orangutan could like rip your arms off without the sword. Like the orangutan would like Mortal Kombat fatality you in like 5 seconds. Like you'd be so fucked. Yeah, chickens every time.
Orangutans are the most docile primate and just wouldn't want to fight you.
Okay, but assuming it had a sword and bloodlust, like, which of course I'm assuming because that's like part of the question, I'd still chickens. I think that if I tried to like pull an orangutan out of my car, it might get mad and like hit me once, and that's all it would take. So yeah,
that's probably true.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a music question.
Greg and Michael are so annoyed right now. They're like, we came here to talk about the album, and all we're getting is a stupid this or that question.
Ask me about guitars. What's the theme of the album this time, given the general lyrical themes in the past? Well, it's not science. This album is a lot more personal. It's a lot more. After everything that's happened to the world in the past 2 years, I felt personally that it was like pretty tone deaf to be like, well, we know everything's terrible and everyone's struggling and everybody's like really looking forward to new music to like get, you know, back into the swing of things and like have their vent and all that shit. Like, you guys want to hear about some science stuff? Like, it just felt goofy to me. And so it was very uninspiring for me to try to write lyrics in that world. So I just kind of wrote what I was feeling. And for those of you who know me, I'm a fairly negative person. But I still tried to write stuff that was, you know, just kind of raw and real. So that's it's a very emotionally involved album, I guess. So no real concept, but just raw death metal stuff. There you go.
I think it's important to note too that like the music that we were producing individually and then ultimately collectively was very kind of mirrored that same thing, just like autonomously in a way. Like I was listening to it and just being like, this sounds really human. And I think that at that point we all kind of just simultaneously were like, hey, we need to, you know, we're all feeling something. The music and the lyrics kind of need to reflect that same feeling to serve it, you know?
Yeah. I agree. I think that the darkness and the vibe of the album definitely helped steer my lyrical inspiration. For sure. Greg, biggest influence on the album people might not expect.
No, man. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's a loaded question right there.
That people might not expect.
Or that people would expect. Just, biggest influence on the album. I think that either is fine.
I mean, if we're gonna just talk about guitar solos, then I would say Per Nilsson.
Yeah.
But there's some psychroptic Joe Haley stuff, and yeah,
Yep.
some Dead Woods type stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Question: how long did it take you guys to write the album?
Like a year, maybe a little longer, right? I know that some songs had already kind of like been written. Like I know that there's one particular song that like was from the Apoptosis cycle that we just like didn't use for that. And granted, we didn't like just use the exact same song. Every song got like a little bit of like group massaging and treatment and changed in one way or another. But most of the songs were fresh writes, and it took like a year, a little over a year, I want to say.
Yeah, I think we had most of the songs written by at least August of 2020, because that's when we kind of did like the first go through and like kind of fine tune and group collab writing on it. And then they were finished shortly after that. I think it was going up to like at least like, okay, this is the kind of structure that we're doing and recording like 2 months before we tracked it. But it was all like kind of small stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I want to touch back to something that we were talking about earlier about like the collaborative nature of the album. We've always given each other feedback, you know what I mean? Like, and because we live all over everywhere, we, it's always like remotely. It's like people will record their parts, everybody will listen to it, we'll give feedback, we'll do all this kind of stuff. But this was the first record that we've done that we like actually made the time to go be in the same room, as Jeff mentioned. Like we would get together, and we did this once before Jeff was actually in the band. We did like a little writing retreat and like worked on some stuff, and then did it again just before hitting the studio and recording and like tightening all the nuts and bolts and getting everything put together. And so that made a huge difference. And I think that it's hard to put into an exact time frame, like, oh, how long did the album take? Because we were technically working on it like up until we were recording it, and even while we were recording it, making changes like on the fly and doing all kinds of stuff like that. So
and Dave's a big part of that too, because Dave has so many ideas.
Yeah, absolutely.
Has really, he like wrote vocal melodies for the album and stuff like that too, which
he did. He always writes, I feel like, at least one part on every instrument. Like he's always just like
he was a little so many jump fills. He's like, no, you're gonna do this instead.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did we get the signature Dave pick scrape? Did that ever make it?
I think we did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Dave.
That's his signature.
Dave has done a pick scrape. Yeah, he's done a pick scrape on every Allegiant album, except for Form Shifter, which he didn't record. But Michael Stansel. No. Yep, this one's for you. I guess this one's for Mikey and Greg. It just starts off Michael. Right. But in the new song, it looks like you play the solo towards the end. That's killer. How do you and Greg work out which of you gets the solo?
So when we're writing, it's usually like, okay, this is going to be a solo section. And it's kind of just, it's usually if it's like somebody writing, like whoever kind of like writes the initial structure of the song, they'll be like, they already have something in mind, like in their head. Be like, I know what I want to put here, and then we'll have your section here, and all that. But we've also done it where it'll be like, hey, let's tweak this. Let's tweak like the rhythm or the chord voicings underneath to kind of better suit something that like either one of us could hear in our heads that we want to do with the solo.
I think we're getting better at identifying each other's style too, on where we each flourish in writing the solos. So it's like, oh, we'll give that part to whoever, because they'll do a really good job over that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Uh, let's see.
Will there be a quiet song again?
Yes, absolutely. Well, yeah, sorta. I think for the sake of not giving anything away and abbreviating thing, I'd say like DV1 is probably the quiet song on this album, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also
what do they mean by quiet song?
So that we can like take a what does
your
it say? It says so you can catch your breath, I think. Are there
I
any
think
bad-
there's a couple.
there's a
Couple.
really cool song toward the end of the album that
Oh
Greg
yeah.
and Michael arranged.
Yeah,
and, well, I guess mostly Greg probably. I don't quite remember,
Yeah.
but that's really awesome. It sets up like the last part of the record really well.
Do we have? Oh my God,
Um,
Metal Blade forgot to change their Nightbot caption, so it's still telling people randomly to follow Mario from Cult of Lilith and our friend from Breaking the Law PR, Nikki Law.
I mean, they should go follow both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you should go follow both of them for sure. I just think it's really funny. Do we have a healthy amount of bass solos on the record from Media Genius Podcast?
I mean, it's always been my prerogative that every song is a bass solo. But there is definitely a bass solo, and there's stuff there for sure. And again, it happened really organically. I've always been kind of with the mindset of like never force something that doesn't really belong there. And, you know, this band is a very guitar centric band, and you know what have you. But when it fits, man, it fits. And usually, the interesting thing that a lot of people might not know is usually bass solos are Greg's ideas. He's usually the guy who's like, "Hey, you know what? Let's do a bass solo right here." So I can't take all the credit,
So
but I did fucking kill it.
it's a really good bass solo. It's a super fucking sick bass solo. So these two questions kind of tie into each other. Any guest artists on the new record, and who would be a dream artist to have be a guest from Caiaphas and Duckshut, Duckshut, both respectively. So first answer, no, there are no guest artists on this record.
There is.
There is. Oh, there is. Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Tommy. And is there anyone else? Did I forget? It's just Tommy, right?
No, yeah, it's just him.
Okay, so yes, Tommy Bonaviale from Brutal Keys. He also plays keyboard in another band I play with called Virulent Depravity. He did a couple guest piano solos for us. But then going into
Joe has his usual arrangements too.
and Joe's not like a guest artist. He's like our secret member. Joe Ferris, who does all the orchestration and symphonic stuff on the albums. So, but to answer the other question, who would be a dream artist to have be a guest? I'm gonna give my answer first and say Travis from Cattle Decap, but that's just because like I admire him a lot as a vocalist, and also we're like good buds. And like, man, how much cooler would that clean part in Into Embers have been if it was like "Nah, drifting"? It would have been better. It would have been better. But yeah, that's Travis. Travis from Cattle Decap is my answer for sure.
I want either like Paul Masvidal or Imogen Heap.
Those are
Very different people.
They're very different answers.
But yeah, either of them.
Heap is a person.
Huh?
What?
Imogen Heap is a person.
Yeah, it's a British woman.
She's a British woman.
He's British.
I thought it was just like
He's British. Oh man.
No, that's her name.
Yeah.
Oh.
No. Yep. She's really,
Well, maybe she's sitting at
really
home thinking, "Oh, is Greg Burgess a person?"
good. Yeah.
Barely. There's the answer.
Barely. Hypnochode, it's funny that you say that because my first instinct was Ben, because Ben's such a killer vocalist, but I feel like he's like the new Trevor from Black Dahlia. You know, both guys, amazing vocalists, but I feel like they do a lot of guest work, and it you know, I wouldn't want to be another band that's like featuring Trevor from Black Dahlia, featuring Ben from Shadow of Intent. Like I want it to be special. Not that they're not special, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. What about you, Boo Boo? Dream guest artist.
Dream guest artist.
Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of loaded, but I think like my personal favorite would be to get this bass soloist Michael Mannering.
Oh
to do some
yeah.
cool stuff.
Ooh.
He's like, if you're not familiar, he's just an amazing just songscape bass player. But in like a whole context of like, you know, music, I don't know. I'd love to get like a really like off the wall non-metal vocalist or something, like something operatic or something, you know, that was like maybe not operatic. That's not the right word, but like he was saying,
like Andrea Botticelli.
Yeah, like what is it? What's his name? Oh man,
Jacob
it'll come to
Collier.
me.
Jacob
Oh,
Collier.
Yeah,
Please
something
no,
like that, or
please.
somebody like.
I quit.
I'm gonna look this up real quick before I forget. Cause
Okay.
anyway,
Well,
skip me.
moving on. What about you, Greg?
I don't know. It just depends on.
I feel like we already had a dream guest for Greg when we had Speed from Soilwork on Proponent for Sentience 3. That was like, yeah.
And that was like perfect for that particular song. You know what I mean? Like, but it's gonna change per, you know, what type of like, what's the vibe of the album? You can't really say what would be the dream until I would hear the song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. What about you, Jeff?
I've always thought it would be cool to have like a classic metal guitarist who doesn't belong at all in modern death metal playing a death metal track, like Kirk Hammett. Like, I don't really like Kirk Hammett's style, but hearing Kirk Hammett play over a death metal tune would be so interesting.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would check it out. And I don't know. I can't imagine at all what that would sound like, but I've always thought that would be cool.
Can't.
It would sound very wah.
You
and
can't
pentatonic.
imagine.
Yeah, right.
Well, you know, interesting
Yeah.
though, because I heard
Wah
that,
pedal and pentatonic. That's it.
I heard
That's
that
all you got.
Colin Hay from what's that band, Greg? Men at Work.
Yeah.
Colin Hay is working on the next Mastodon record.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
rad.
So
That is super
I guess
rad.
is he a ghostwriter or?
No, I don't know yet. I saw that they were collabing on the new record, so he might just be on a song or something.
Wop
but
Optosis.
Yeah, I was about to say that same shit. Wapoptosis. Who can it be now? Will you be reissuing your older material on vinyl? There are plans to do so. I won't tell you what album, so I don't give it all away. But there are plans to do so for sure. CC DeVille.
Beat Angus Young.
Oh my god. Do you like Suffocation from Ozza 2004? Fuck yeah, I like Suffocation.
Yeah, duh.
I almost wore my Pierce
Oh.
from Within shirt for this stream, but I thought it was a little fart sniffy of me to do. So I wore Full of Hell instead cuz that's a lot better.
'Cause that's a lot less far sniffy. You're right. Good call.
Yep. Will there be a new Christmas song this year? Probably not. But that one was really fun. I did have I guess we already did a feature with Travis and Trevor because we did last Christmas. Yeah.
That was my debut also.
That was his debut.
was.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of like people asking about covers. We should
Yeah.
just blank that until no more covers.
Yeah, we should really. I've been avoiding it because I feel like we're gonna like lose 30 viewers as soon as we are like, yeah, no more covers. We're probably, if we ever do covers again, we'll do like a covers album. You know what I mean? Like do like a whole like 5 or 6, maybe even more songs that's like just the just covers, and then we'll release that as like a thing. But as far as doing like covers that are featured on albums or covers that are like released as singles. No more of that. It's just, I'm not gonna say it's not a good look, but I think it's confusing for us to do that. So I
think it's run its course. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the covers have been really cool and they're good, but it's like, and also it's just not the right. I don't know. Just doesn't feel right to do a cover anymore.
yeah, for sure.
If it doesn't feel right, I don't want to do it.
How many songs are you planning on playing on the next tour? I'm gonna assume this means how many
new
songs from the new album, from Hoodington, and like 3, maybe 4, 3, I think. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
least.
Between 2 and 4, at least 2, maybe up to 4. It just depends. All right. Let's see. No more Bach covers? Yeah, sorry.
No more. Weird how somebody took it there. Oh man, I really want more Bach.
Yeah. Of all the people who have been like, so more Rush covers? You guys doing more prog metal covers? Last Christmas getting a full release? The one guy is just like, oh, no more Bach covers? So Drunken Hill. So Drunken Hill wants to know, what's the weirdest venue you've ever played, and why is it the Rockstar Pro Arena in Dayton, Ohio, where they have a wrestling ring near the stage? Saw you all there with Necromancing the Stone. I don't even remember that. Do you guys remember?
I do. Yeah, it was it Battlecross?
Oh, it might have been. Yeah.
That was odd. But there's been a few others. I think the loading dock is really weird.
Yeah. Loading dock in Salt Lake City. Yeah.
Pretty
For
much
those of you who don't know, it's a loading dock.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I think that's the weirdest part about it, is that it's so upfront. Like, you're like, oh, the loading dock, that's a quirky name, and then you get there and it's literally just a fucking loading dock, and you're like, oh, word.
However, great shows there, and we always have a lot of fun playing there.
Oh yeah, it's always packed and it's always great, but it's just
It's just
yeah, it caught me off guard the first time, for
Yeah.
sure. I was like, oh, quirky name. Oh, there's nothing quirky about this name. This is the most literal name of any venue I've ever been to.
I think championships in New Jersey was always
Champs, yeah.
Amps with a Z.
It always
Yeah.
smelled like pee.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
the city of New Jersey kind of always smells like pee. Not to say anything
city of
mean
New
The city of New
about
Jersey.
about
Riley.
about my
Way
New
to go.
Jerseyite friends. You know, I love you guys. You know, go Tony Soprano. But yeah,
Which is funny because Riley is literally the biggest Sopranos fan out of anybody I've ever
like
met.
on the planet.
Literally, with the only like slight exception, maybe Jeff, because he discovered it for the first time and now is like obsessed with the Sopranos.
Yeah.
But still,
I eat gabagool every day.
yeah.
Riley from Poppy Davis. What are my favorite songs from the pre-Riley catalog? That's a good question. I like
That's
that.
a great question.
I like that question. It's also a tough one to answer because there's a lot that I really like. I mean, I'm biased because there's a lot of songs that we've played live a lot that I've like really grown to love because I have so many good memories playing them on stage. Like Behold is one of them. Secrets of the Sequence, obviously 1.618 is a big one for me. Genocide for Praise, like there's a lot. I mean, you know what? Dyson Sphere. I'm gonna say Dyson Sphere. I have the best memories with Dyson Sphere because like that was on the set list for the very first time I ever toured with Allegaeon. We played Dyson Sphere. That was
Do you
the
remember
first.
the chair?
What?
Remember we played in Massachusetts and some dude was moshing with a chair?
Oh yeah. So I think
During
that was filmed, right?
Yeah,
I was
that's
gonna-
why I remember that, because I didn't see the chair on stage, but in the video, oh, that's hilarious.
I was gonna say that that Dyson Sphere is like that video. That was the first time that I ever was able to like watch a video of myself with Allegaeon, and it just like I don't know, made me feel good. It was special. So I'm gonna say that Dyson Sphere is probably my favorite. Not so much for a musical reason because I think the whole back catalog is good, but for me personally, Dyson Sphere for sure. Let's see. Is there a song the band has never played live? Yeah, there's like a shit ton of songs the band has never played live.
This is definitely a
there's a
great
lot.
question for sure because Greg, I think, memorized every set list we've ever had.
I mean, I think the songs start. I mean, From Seed to Throne never got played live on Fragments, and that was the only song that never got to play off of Fragments. And then it starts getting more and more as the catalog gets deeper.
Right.
So
So
Form Shifter, there's quite a few. The Azrael Trigger, we talked about playing live, but just never have.
so he modified his question while you were answering Media Genius Podcast. So sorry, will never play live.
Oh,
Yeah, that's different. That's a different question.
I stand by From Seed to Throne.
I'm gonna have a revealing moment where I open myself a little bit here. There are still songs in the Allegiant back catalog that I've never listened to. Like I've never gone through the whole discography.
All of them.
Yeah, I've never gone through the whole discography and just been like, yeah, let's catch up. Let's get a history of Allegiant. Like the only time I listen to old Allegiant songs,
I've done that. I've been in the band for like a year.
No, I've never done it. The only time I listen to old Allegiant songs is when I have to learn them for tours, like and stuff like that, or if I have to learn them for one reason or another. Like I've just never done it. I don't know. Sorry, I guess that makes me a bad band member. Jeff with the hard comparison from Jeff over here. But yeah, I've never done it. So
it's just good. I recommend it.
So when Greg,
I would tell my friends to listen to it.
So when Greg is like, yeah, From Seed to Throne, I'm like, yeah, From Seed to Throne. I've never heard that song.
It starts out so good, and then it's gotta.
Yeah. Pio wants to know, what were you guys listening to when writing this album? That's kind of a tough question because, like we said earlier, like it took us like a year to write this album, and I listened to a lot of music in a year's period of time. But yeah, I don't know.
Maybe we could like modify this and just be like, what band or couple bands do you frequently listen to?
Yeah,
individually, maybe.
Yeah. That's a good way to approach it. It's such a tough question. Every time someone's like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know, man." Like it's a lot. I'm listening to a lot of stuff right now. Like right now, perfect example. Right now, I've been listening to a lot of Archspire, a lot of Rivers Nile, a lot of Ophidian Eye in the metal side of things. Mm-hmm. But then like I've been listening to the Silent Hill 2 soundtrack like once a day at least for the past like 3 weeks. Like it's Halloween, it's spooky season. Give me that Silent Hill. Like I don't know. It's a loaded question for sure. Anyone else? Anyone? You guys just gotta fucking.
I just wanted to hear you answer. I don't.
You guys. You guys are terrible at this. It's question and answer.
All I've been listening to lately is jazz fusion. I've been listening to Greg Howe and like fucking Guthrie Govan. That's all I've been listening to.
Yeah.
Oh,
can you change your name to Greg Y?
Snarky Puppy, that type of shit.
So, I didn't want to interrupt you, Greg. I'm sorry. Did you have anything else to add?
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
I'll get over it.
No, I was recently introduced. I went to a wedding of a close friend in Boston, and I was recently introduced to this band called Clipping, which apparently features. It's like a noisy hip hop project. Featuring I think one of the guys from like Hamilton. Dude, it is really, really, really cool. I've actually been meaning to show.
Someone showed me that before too. It's like it doesn't sound anything like Hamilton, so it's good.
No, it doesn't. But it's really, really, really cool MC work, and just like the noisy hip hop. Like they had a song I think where like they have like a song playing in a car and it's just driving by really fast, the microphone, and the guy's like emceeing to that, and like that's how the track was built. Really, really cool, just out of the box kind of stuff that actually isn't just like fart sniffy, but actually makes for really good art.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I fuck with that. I have another answer, and it's a new development as of yesterday. Our buddy Ross, who most of the people in the band know, Ross does merch and tour managing for Cattle Decapitation. He's also in a band called Occult down here in San Diego. He just sent me an album from this band called Bummer, and it is sick. I like meant to send it to you, Boo Boo, because it's one of those like me and Boo Boo bands. Cause
yeah, me and Riley listen to like trash noise. So
yeah. Me and Boo Boo are like into like grindcore and like weird dark. You know, we're the only two guys in the band that have Full of Hell shirts type of thing.
Yeah. Michael did go to a concert though. I think Michael went to a concert to just be a good friend. And
Yes.
he's like, "This, I can't get
Well,
it."
no,
yet."
there are other good bands. That was like the Cattle
Oh,
Revo
we
show.
were all there.
Yeah, we were all there.
Oh, we
Yeah.
were all there. Shit.
Yeah.
My
wasn't
favorite part of
there.
that show, you were guys like, "Oh, you just don't get it." Be like, "No, I fucking get it."
Oh, and we still do
I don't
that.
like
I was gonna say that's like, ever since that show, we're just like, Michael, it's cool. Like, you just don't get it. And that's my favorite thing to do to Michael,
He's like,
because
"Oh, no, I get it. It's just I don't like
he's
it.
always
I don't
like,
care
fuck
about
you,
it."
I get it. Like,
But that's
What's
exactly
not
what
to
somebody
get?
who doesn't get it would say.
yeah,
So-
totally.
New Aeon is amazing.
New Aeon is very good. New
Dude.
Aeon is very good. Yeah,
Dude, Greg's got it.
Yeah.
He's right.
that's
I've always liked that band though. I'm one of those people that like I heard that record. I don't even remember what it's called now, but Bleeding the False, maybe, is that what it is?
Bleeding false.
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
We should answer that. Will you guys ever release a tab book? And I can tell you the day it comes out.
Yes. Hell yeah, we're gonna release a tab book. On the Chair Mosh comment, what's the gnarliest thing you've seen at a show from Boxo Rocks? It's also a tough
I'll answer
one.
this. I'll answer this at a show I attended, not one I went to. It was a Summer Slaughter in I think 2012 when it was Whitechapel and Black Dahlia Murder co-headline. And at the Worcester Palladium downstairs, I saw a man pull a metal rod out of his pants in the middle of the mosh pit and like wield it. And then everyone like looked at him and like realized what was about to happen. And there was like this moment when everyone was like, "Oh no!" And then like 12 security dudes jumped on the dude.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
That's pretty good. I saw a guy get his nose kicked off of his face at Ozfest once. That was pretty brutal. It was